Welcome back. Now let's look at the news in details. Work has begun on the Continental J, the vessel of the the vessel to be converted into an FPSO for Ghana's second oil field, the Trinidad Enyira in Tome or 10. The vessel, which arrived at the Jurong shipyard in Singapore, would undergo a similar fabrication process as the FPSO Kwame Nkrumah, currently in operation at the Jubilee field.
A corporate video made available to Joy News shows the Sentinel J being towed by tugboats into the Jurong shipyard, where over the next 2 years it will undergo the conversion process. Officials tell Joy News the outcome will be a facility similar in size to the FPSO Kwame Nkrumah, at a length of about 340 meters and a width of 56 meters. Its production capacity is, however, 80,000 barrels a day, 40,000 barrels less than the FPSO Kwame Nkrumah. The vessel is expected in Ghana in the last quarter of 2015 to be connected to the reservoir. It will require the drilling and completion of up to 24 development wells, which will be connected through subsea infrastructure to the FPSO. Government formally approved the plan of development for the 10 field in May this year, paving the way for Tullow and its partners to proceed with the development of the discoveries.
The people of Botiano have staged a demonstration against a real estate developer they say is threatening to demolish some homes in the town over a land dispute. According to the families, the developer, Fraka Estate, is laying claim to a lot more land than was legitimately sold to the company. The demonstration nearly 10 sour following a confrontation with the police, whom they accuse of siding with the developer to harass them. Joy News reporter Emmanuel Ante was at the scene and has found this report.
Almost all the town's residents, with the exception of the very frail, poured out onto the streets, clad in red, to express their anger. The leaders and elders of all the families in Botiano who led the demonstration alleged Frank Boa, the estate developer, has connived with the police and some land guards to terrorize the people. According to the town spokesperson, they mobilized after they had information that the developer was going to lead a demolition exercise of homes he says had been built on his land. Matters almost came to a head when the war-chanting protesters met the chief executive of the real estate firm in the company of the police. The head of the police unit explained they were in town in the interest of the people.
We are police officers. We are there for everybody. So we need to find out what is happening. That's why I say I want to talk to the leader and see the reason why we have been encountered on the way. We have been sent by the regional commander. So I will be very happy if all of us can just move straight to the office and meet and deal the situation so that you solve your differences there.
We don't have time to follow you right now. So if your boss himself can organize a day and then come and see it at Botiano, in front of the palace, we will brief him everything concerning the land of Botiano.
Some of the townsfolk narrated their ordeals at the hands of the land guards they said were working for the real estate developer.
We were farming, that was 2007. I'm one of the 7 that we were arrested. We are in farm. When the police, a whole lot of police with 3 cars pick up, they come arrested in our farm. They beat us mercilessly and then took us to this police headquarters. That is railways side. We were there for some days. They took us to court. They find us. We were asking what we have done. No, nobody can tell us what we have done. Only we should vacate from the land. We were 7. We were beaten. One of us lost his ear. He can't, whatever I do, it's under treatment now. Since 2007 up to now.
Some individuals who have acquired property in the area also say they are constantly subjected to harassment.
I've been here over 30 years. I know Frank was given a land, 262 at the top. But from that top to the sea, those lands were given to us by the citizens of the community. That's Abushia, and nobody is harassing us. But now, we found out that Frankai team will connect with some police. They will come and then harass people. They want them to pay $140 million, that's $7,000. And if you don't pay, they will stop you from building. So look at the whole area. no one is even is building. No one is building. And some people are even afraid to come to the land to build.
The police has directed the residents to lodge a formal complaint with the police. Manuel Ante, reporting from Botiano in Accra for Joy News.
The Civil and Local Government Staff Association has called off its nationwide strike after reaching an agreement on Tuesday to dialogue with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and the Ministry of Employment.
Well, it was the intervention of the Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, that is Honorable Ni Ama Ashite, who prompted an emergency national tripartite committee to sit on this issue, and we started on Monday and we ended up yesterday, and luckily an MOU has been signed by both parties, that is CLOCSAC and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and they are to work hand in hand with the Civil Service Council and the Local Government Service Council. So through the discussions, the two parties are to meet with these two bodies too, so that by 15th of November, whatever comes out of the deliberations, they put it across. So that made us to call off the strike action. Our employer, that is government, has come in at least. We have gotten the desired thing. Because first we were at the Labour Commission and Fair Wages pulled out, and which was related to the employment and labour relations. They didn't call us back. With this strike action, that prompted them to come in. So definitely we've gotten the desired result.
CLOCSAC on October 14 embarked on a nationwide strike to press home their demand for top-up premiums under the single spine salary structure. The strike action by the association saw some government businesses, including the Birth and Death Registry and the Registrars General's Department, shutting down completely during the period.
We'll have to take some look at education. Some heads of specially endowed schools in the Central Regional Capital, Cape Coast, say they cannot admit students simply because they have been allocated to their schools by the computerized placement system of the Ghana Education Service.
It is that time of the year when parents and guardians of JHS leavers try to get the awards admission in the various senior high schools so they can further their education. Ideally, the scores of parents who have trooped to Cape Coast to confirm their awards admissions should not have a problem because of the computerized school placement system, which automatically places JHS leavers in the schools. Deputy Minister of Education Alex Cheme only recently sounded a warning to difficult headmasters. But the heads of especially the well-endowed schools say they can no longer accept automatic placement from the computerized program. The headmaster of Infantipim School, Kwame Meza Eja, explains the CSSPS has given the school more students than the places available, adding the school standard risk being compromised.
The school will have to do its selection. In the sense that we have standards. I don't think the standard in Infantipim could be compared to Teloko Bukazo Senior High standard. They are two different things. So they can do their placement. But if the placement too has been done according to the number that we requested for, we wouldn't have been experiencing these problems. What is even more disturbing is that you get protocol lists from so many quarters. Can you say that you are going to reject everything, knowing very well that they are the same people or establishment that you go for help whenever you are in need of?
The parents whose wards have been affected by the refusal of headmasters to admit them have been expressing their frustrations. Though they would not want to speak on camera, they say the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service would have to intervene if the CSSPS placements are no longer automatic. The headmaster of Infantipim School is, however, urging the parents to exercise some restraint over the matter.
So when these things happen, if you don't take care, you bloat the numbers and to create this many problems for yourself, and then so many and other things. So you are being guided by certain principles and conditions in the school to help. If Vantim can take 3,000 students, why not? But the whole time we cannot take it. So when we are considering this thing, it cannot be that it is meant for very excellent students throughout. No, we reserve some for the catchment area people and then other people.
Richard Kujunyako filed this report from the Central Region.
As part of its efforts to cater for a soaring subscriber numbers, Multi-TV has taken about 1,500 new Digibox installers through training. The participants from across the country were taken through new trends in the technology as well as how to manage their clients as entrepreneurs.
The training sessions were conducted in more than 10 cities and towns across the country, including Tamale, Wa, Cape Coast, Techimai, Sunyai, Seshi, Kofodia, and Obuasi. The team will next stop in Ho, Hohoi, and Keta. The Accra session attracted 465 participants. Business Development Manager with the Multimedia Group, Charles Van Dyke, spoke about channel audience management as far as appropriate programming is concerned and how they could optimize their newly acquired skill as entrepreneurs. Distribution Coordinator William Addison further explained the purpose of the training and urged those interested not to miss out on the Volta region sessions.
Everywhere that you go, we have people who are watching us, and it's becoming difficult. People are keeping on complaining that they want to get the decoder, but their place is far. So we are training more people to be able to reach out to the market because the demand is great. As an installer, we always attach them to dealers in their various localities so that they can go and install multi-TV there. So they are getting financial benefit. Two, they get first-hand information from multi-TV, like an upgrade. Anything that is coming on multi-TV, we send them mail, we communicate with them, all our information, they get it. Then we are also encouraging customers to only deal with only our accredited installers. And if you don't have multi-TV decoder or you are not watching multi-TV, then you are missing a lot and you need to get one.
Paul and Philip are trainees. They say the sessions opens up a work of opportunities for them and their colleagues.
At my workplace, people come and they ask me, do you deal in multi-TV digiboxes? And I say no. So they've been calling. So I decided to partake in this training so that I can help those who call on me so that I can provide services to them.
I think it's worth the money you pay to get into it.
Sure.
As our area, every day they came onto me to come and fix them multi-TV to them, but I didn't know how to fix it. Now I know what is going on. I know the way I can fix to them.
Some females who also took advantage of the opportunity urged other women to also participate.
I didn't even know women are not really taking part, but I took that challenge that I want to do it to attach to my career. I know because I've taken the initiative with all effort what men can do. The saying say the women can do it better.
Even when I was pregnant, I said I would have done it. If I had not given birth earlier, I would have gone for the training. People were laughing at me, but I said I would. Ladies like me should be encouraged to take part in things like such because I'm a nursing mother in Akim. So if you are not a nursing mother, you can do much better in it. Yeah.
The new Digibox installers will receive identity cards and certificates of training.
A road safety campaign by the National Road Safety Commission to ensure an accident-free Christmas season is underway. Officials indicate that they have already started visiting various transport terminals to educate drivers on road safety regulations.
The National Road Safety Commission has an action plan to reduce road crashes in the country by 50% by the year 2020. But at the current rate, officials are worried they are likely to miss the target.
Even one life lost, we do not think is appreciable. However, I must say that despite the fact that there have been increase in the number of vehicles on our roads, which we know is around about 10% each year, we have been able to stabilize at least some of the road deaths on our roads. So I think as of now, we need there's a lot to be done as a nation to help reduce the deaths on our roads. So I'm not happy with the numbers that we are recording.
It is estimated that nearly 2,000 lives are lost every year on the roads as a result of motor accidents, with many of them attributed to careless driving, worn-out tires, tiredness and inadequate maintenance of vehicles. This has informed the intensification of this year's road safety campaign, and this time, officials say they are taking the message to the doorsteps of the drivers.
The National Road Safety Commission, the DVLA and the police came together to form a task force or to strengthen the task force that we have. So we started with a lorry station trying to engage the passengers that they have a right to protect their own lives. So we are doing all we can. We've intensified our education from now to Christmas and even beyond Christmas.
At a review of the National Road Safety Action Plan in Accra, stakeholders raised concerns about implementation and strict enforcement of laws to ensure that target sets are achieved.
There must be some strict enforcement. I think that there's an improvement now. They are going to say that they will be on the spot fine. I believe that the spot fine should be low. Now I hear that it's averaging about 60 Ghana cedis, and then you'll be given a cheat and you have to go and pay it. I probably would say that it should have been about half of that. The lower it is, the more good people are likely to pay it at the right source. And if it's higher, people are likely to negotiate. We are Ghanaians and we know what happens. If you are going to pay 60 and you can get away with 10, that is, 1/6. So that may be looked at.
The National Road Safety Commission's action strategy was formed within the framework of the United Nations Decade of Action for Road Safety from 2011 to 2020, and the target is to reduce road traffic carnage by 50%.
Well, so that's the news we have for the morning. We just have to give you highlights of our headlines for the AM show. This morning, work begins on FPSO to be used in Ghana's second oil field.
And residents of Botiano demonstrate against real estate developers in land disputes.
Well, so that's the highlights. Please get interactive. We have the social network pages on Facebook. Join News on TV. It's on Facebook. And I have the handle, Rowalker Ghana, on Twitter as well. If you want to get interactive, please get interactive.
And the short code 1760. Up next is sports. You stay on.
Good morning. Time now for us to talk sports. It's proudly made possible by Tigo. Smile, you've got Tigo. Now, it looks like Arsenal is the only side from England that has lost in this UEFA Champions League as we speak. Because yesterday, Manchester United, Manchester City, and on Tuesday, Chelsea also won their respective games. Now, let's go to Europe and catch highlights of the matches that were played in the UEFA Champions League last night.
The opponents, CSKA Moscow and Manchester City. By contrast, Pilsen had lost both games, conceding 6 goals in the process, and were in danger of becoming the whipping boys of the group. The early indications were that that would indeed be the case, as Bayern came close on a number of occasions. Iron Robben was brought down in the area by Roman Hubnik, the referee pointing to the spot. Frank Ribery made no mistake with the penalty. Just 12 minutes later, Bayern doubled their lead thanks to a superb solo effort.
Got a shooting position now and scores! And this hugely talented 21-year-old Austrian international, David Alaba, gets his 3rd goal of the the season.
The Czech outfit kept Bayern at bay, limiting the damage to just 2 goals conceded by half-time. It took 15 minutes after the restart for Bayern to net their third, Ribery deceiving 2 defenders before beating goalkeeper Matis Kozacic. Just moments later, Bastian Schweinsteiger made it 4 as Bayern threatened to run away with things. However, they were content to sit on their 4-goal cushion, and despite going into cruise control, Pilsen could not get a single shot on target in the match. Bayern managed 1 more before full-time, courtesy of Mario Götze, putting the finishing touches on a comfortable 5-0 victory, cementing top spot in Group D.
On attack, the Argentine scored a brace in City's 3-1 win last weekend and has been in tremendous form this season. Aguero had the first opportunities to open the scoring, but surprisingly failed to challenge the keeper. At the other end, CSKA Moscow hardly threatened until a long ball fell kindly for Zoran Tosic. The former Manchester United midfielder chipped Joe Hart for the first goal of the match that triggered an immediate reply from City and their ace on attack.
David Silva, Aguero can equalise, does! Well, that's the way to hit back.
7 minutes later, City grabbed the lead.
And Aguero's in there again. He's gone with a header again.
And the chances kept coming for the visitors without any further reward, while Keisuke Honda wasted the best chance for the host just before the final whistle. Another brace for Aguero, 3 points to City and 3 consecutive wins that strengthens their bid for a place in the next round.
At bottom of the table, Real Sociedad on Wednesday evening. Old Trafford would have wanted a strong start, and with Wayne Rooney heavily involved, they would get their wish.
Trying to wriggle a bit of shooting space. Oh, almost a stunning start and turned in an own goal.
It was all United in the opening exchanges. This time Rooney kept out by good goalkeeping by Bravo. It took the visitors all of half an hour to ask any questions of the home side, and when they did, David De Gea was up to the task. The Spaniards would go into the break having fired a warning shot to the home side, one that rattled off the woodwork. It was the visitors who made a bright start to the second half. However, it was United who had a good chance to make it 2, Phil Jones denied from close range. The clash was opening up and both sides looked to capitalise. However, both outfits were denied that chance by the furniture.
Might kill it off here. Oh, against the post. It's Kagawa.
In the end, the 1 goal proved enough for United, who hung on to remain unbeaten in Group A.
European Cup finals have been between the 2 giants, so Wednesday night's clash in the group stages of the UEFA Champions League was out of the ordinary. The highly anticipated match delivered on its top billing early as the competition's leading scorer, Cristiano Ronaldo, gave the hosts a 4th-minute advantage. Angel Di Maria's pass set up Ronaldo, who rounded Gianluigi Buffon to net his 56th Champions League goal. Juve responded well and were rewarded for their efforts. A cross from Martin Caceres was met by a completely unmarked Paul Pogba on the far post. His effort was palmed away by Iker Casillas, but Fernando Llorente pounced on the rebound.
The Spanish international scores against the Spanish giants.
The match was not free of controversy as just 5 minutes later, Real were gifted the opportunity to pull ahead. The assistant referee signalled to referee Manuel Graf that an infringement had taken place and a penalty was awarded. Replays showed Giorgio Chiellini pulling Sergio Ramos to the ground. Ronaldo stepped up to net his 7th goal of the group stage. Real clung to their advantage through to the half-time break and beyond. Their task was made even easier as Chiellini's nightmare continued. The defender was given a straight red card for an arm to the face of Ronaldo, although the Portugal international milked it for all it was worth. Down to 10 men, Juve were forced to defend for large parts of the game. They were aided by some shoddy finishing from the hosts, Karim Benzema the guilty party. When Juve did manage to go forward, it was the pitch that scuppered their efforts.
Who's he looking for a yellow card from, the groundsman?
It was not to be their night, and despite trying valiantly, Real were able to contain them with ease while holding on to their lead. Real Madrid finished 2-1 victors, strengthening their stranglehold.
All right, so I think that this year there definitely will be a problem when it comes to selecting who wins this the Ballon d'Or, because everybody seems to be on form. Of course, aside the injury that Lionel Messi suffered some weeks ago, I mean, it would have been difficult to rule him out. So we have Cristiano Ronaldo, we have Lionel Messi, we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic, we have Frank Ribery, we have Arjen Robben, a lot of them who can vie for the Ballon d'Or this year. I sure do think that it's going to be a very difficult one. But away from England, let's focus on Ghana. Now, I remember that game between Ghana and Egypt in Kumasi some weeks ago that Ghana won by 6-1. Yes, you know, that one goal that was scored by Egypt actually resulted from a penalty that was conceded by defender Rashid Smaila. Now, after that game, I mean, he's been so remorseful and he's telling Ghanaians how sorry he is to have conceded that penalty. Let's listen to Rashid Smaila on his apology.
When I considered that penalty, it wasn't easy for me, but as a professional, I need to psych up myself, and my colleagues too were there for me, supporting me, come on, it will be okay. And I put it back of my mind because I know the game is on, and I put it in my mind, I will commit more errors. So I have to put it back and look way forward. And you see, after the penalty, what was going on in the second half, everything went on well, which means I act as a professional. So I thank Almighty God and all Ghanaians who supported me, though in the first half I committed that penalty that shouldn't be happening, and I will make sure that that will never happen again.
All right, we'll still talk about the Black Stars. Now, Christian Atsu is one of the rising or the emerging stars for the future when you talk about the senior national team. Now, he says that he doesn't really care where the return leg of the Ghana-Egypt match will be played. Remember that the Egyptian FA say that they want the game played in Cairo. FIFA is yet to respond to a request sent by the Ghana Football Association considering venue change. But let's listen to the youngster, Christian Atsu. He also scored in that first leg between Ghana and Egypt.
Not qualified to the World Cup, you know, because if we have qualified, there will not be a return league, you know, to play. And Egypt, they are very dangerous side and very good side too. So we have our last game to play in Egypt. That will determine whether Ghana will qualify for the World Cup. So it is not yet a done deal. For us, we believe that FIFA will make the right decision for us. So we are waiting on the decision of FIFA. Whether we will play there, then we will go with everything, even or we will play outside. We don't care wherever we play. We are professionals and we have to act like professionals. So we are all prepared to play in Egypt or outside Egypt.
All right, away from that, now let's talk about boxing. You know that much anticipated fight between Brian Makamoko, aka Bukumbanku, and his compatriot Aite Powers. That fight had been dubbed "Shut Up or Put Up." There's been a lot of brouhaha about it because Powers, that's Aite Powers, the Australian-based boxer, he didn't agree to the winner-takes-all purse that was proposed by the bout promoters. But then now, for some funny reason, he says, yes, I'm ready to fight for winner-takes-all. So whoever wins takes everything that's in the purse. So let's listen to Aite Powers. He granted an interview to our sister station, Asempa FM.
I'm ready to, that's why I said I'm ready for winner-take-all. That's what I'm saying. I'm ready for winner take all. Winner take all. They shouldn't call my money guy again because as for my money guy, they want to accept. And I know this guy, this Buko Banko is nobody. So they shouldn't call my money guy and tell. They should let me know that this is what is going on. The fight is this day.
Okay.
I will come down. I will let my money guy know that I'm going to do something in Ghana. I will leave my money guy and come.
Okay.
And fight that guy.
I the boys.
You journalist people, you should let the promoters and everybody knows that Powersec is ready for winner take all. Then we have to see whether they will say, okay, the fight is coming on or not. Then I will prove to all Ghanaians that Powers is back.
Okay.
Powers is back.
Yeah. I the boys.
Because of that stupid boy. That is why now I'm fighting crucial weight. You understand me? So Buko Banku is nobody to me. He said he will kill me. He rather would die in the ring.
All right, something very interesting happening here in the studios. You should be here with us. It's the more reason why you shouldn't flip your channel. Keep the channel locked right here for the rest of the AM show. My name is Rashida Baba Kadiri. Sports on the AM show is proudly made possible by Tigo. Smile, you've got Tigo.